and good evening. Welcome, Monday, July 11th.
I'm sorry.
It is July. Yes.
Goofy.
It's been a minute, huh? It's been a minute.
It
Been a minute.
Yeah. The League of Excellent and Extraordinary Negroes. Today we are talking about Kenobi. Welcome, everyone. Hello. How are you today?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. Thank you, Jade.
Yeah. I'm here.
We'll call and response there.
Yeah. A little bit. Okay. So, favorite Star Wars property?
Property?
Yes.
Hi.
Movie, show, comic, whatever it is. Favorite Star Wars property. Starting with Julia.
I'm gonna say, if you'd asked me before I saw Obi-Wan Kenobi, I would have said Master Yoda's hut, iconic. But Princess Leia Organa, that's a nice little pad she got going on. I kind of like that.
Oh, not place, but thing, like show, movie.
Property? What?
Real estate.
I mean,
we're talking real estate.
not actual real estate.
We're going to Galaxy's Edge.
Tatooine. No, not actual property.
Intellectual property.
Intellectual property. Thank you.
Oh, right now, it's got to be Mando. In the galaxy far, far away, it's been a minute since the rise of whatever she is. She is not a Skywalker, but we won't. Okay, I have problems with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a minute since we saw a good film. They have been languishing in the TV land, and I'm here for it.
Okay. Marcus?
I feel like you have to put Mandalorian and Boba Fett together. They were so,
Intertwined.
Yes, not just intertwined. It's just the ability to do that AR wall production that they've got going on. So you've just got big. They can just do whatever they want, and they shoot it all in camera. It looks great. It is peak Star Wars time right now.
Oh my gosh.
It is. They're having a lot of fun, and finally telling. Well, I wanted to say they were going to have a story without any Skywalkers in it, but they brought back Luke.
Yes.
It's not his show, but can't we just ignore them for once? All of Star Wars is about this family, and we can't get away from them.
I love that.
No escape is possible.
No escape
from this family of mediocre people.
We had.
Oh my God!
They have some flaws.
Oh wow!
Of course,
it's flaws.
Had a little bit.
Threw the gauntlet down there, Marcus.
They are some flawed people, with the exception of Leia, who is perfect.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, I can live with that.
All right, Desmond.
He's the only one alive still.
All right. A couple things. I really loved Rogue One, which was great to me. And then I'm excited about Ahsoka, but I'm going to go completely rogue here, no pun intended, and say that I really need them to make a Dr. Aphra live action. And if you're not sure who that is, she's kind of like an Indiana Jones kind of character that works for Vader and has two murderous protocol droids with her. 000 and BB-8. They're like the opposite of C-3PO and R2-D2. Their story is amazing. Check out the comics and you'll enjoy it. But I need a live action.
Dr. Aphra only lives in the comics.
Currently,
and
yes.
the books.
And the books, yes.
In the books. Okay.
I just need a Star Wars to take the Don't Show Tatooine challenge. If we are on a sand planet, you have failed the challenge. I want you to go a whole season without being near two suns and a land
You're
speeder.
always you are always going to see
It's
those.
not
two
possible though, is it? It's not,
No,
because
it is not
they're
possible.
tied to the Skywalkers and will never, ever not be there.
And that's
Okay.
okay with me. I'm
It's
okay
not
with
okay.
that, Marcus.
I am going to say the Clone Wars,
So good.
The animated?
the animated Clone Wars.
And then you have to specify because there's two.
The one that actually has multiple seasons and good
Yes.
animated rendering.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the anthology series that no one else seems to remember. It was on Cartoon Network.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that I always kind of saw the Clone Wars as, oh, that's just something for kids. And then I started watching it. And the first season, yes, I would say that is maybe the movie and the first season, yes. But after that, no, I think the story grows with the target audience by the end. There's
Yeah.
just so much content.
Yes.
There's just so much story in there. It's really hard to get away from just the beauty that it is. And what's his name? Dave Felici? Not
Filoni.
Dave Felici. Dave
Filoni.
Filoni.
Yeah.
Dave
Oh, I
Felici.
know you were thinking about Boys and Girls Club when you said Dave Felici.
Right.
I was like, what?
Dave Felici.
Shout out to Dave Felici.
Right.
Wow.
Dave Filoni. Dave Felici is a person who works at the Boys and Girls Club.
He exists in Omaha.
Yes. He would be very excited that I said his name right now. But Dave Filoni did an excellent job. And he's taking it to the live action world. And I think that that's why Mandalorian is so good. That's Dave, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why it's so good. I think I'd say that's because of him.
I felt the same way about Rebels. I was like, this seems a little childish, but like it was really good storytelling,
Mhm.
especially when you get to like Thrawn being there, who is my favorite villain. Like, love Thrawn. I know Vader's up there, but Thrawn.
Okay, so who's scarier in a dark alley? Darth Vader or Admiral Thrawn?
Vader. Vader's gonna murder you.
Personally,
Thrawn's gonna tell
and
you why
enjoy
you
it.
should not be in this alley in the first place.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared of Thrawn.
Thrawn's so good.
He really is. Okay, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, Disney Plus, 6 episodes. Overall, did it work for you? Did it not work for you? And then we'll dig into what it did.
Julia,
Me?
you wanna go
It did
first?
not work for me.
Really?
It did not. I have a
Interesting.
lot to say about Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Let's
Marcus?
get it.
It was fan service from beginning to end, and I enjoyed every part of that. That's not a problem for me. I was very fulfilled, and mine is now a Third Sister fan account. I'm just saying, I enjoyed Reva quite a bit.
Okay. Desmond?
It definitely did it for me. I enjoyed all of it. It was pacing was a little, here and there, but I loved the story and how they put it all together. Composition.
They did the thing. I mean, I don't know. There were certain things they needed to do, and they hit all those things and did a little bit more. So I was happy.
So this story picks up what is it? 10 years after 10 years after
Fallout of Episode 3.
10 years after that.
Order 66.
Right. The cast. Okay, who do we have? It's a very impressive cast.
They should put James Earl Jones on there. I'm a little upset.
Well, James is in it. His voice is in it. And he did record for Disney Plus.
At
But
91.
right, but they married it with Hayden Christensen. So we got Ewan, Hayden Christensen, Moses Ingram, which we will talk about her. Joel Edgerton, and then some other folks. But Kumail Nanjiani, I don't know who Bonnie Peace is, although she's Aunt Baru. And Indira Varma can do no wrong.
Of course.
Rupert Friend can do no right. He's horrible in everything. Every character he ever plays is horrible.
I don't even know who that is.
Damn, Rupert.
Everything. I've never seen him play a good person.
Rupert's ears are burning right now.
I'm saying, wait, a good person or a good performance?
No, always good performances, but always the most horrible people.
Oh, okay. Now I understand better. Okay.
Yes. And then, surprise, surprise, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Mr. Ice Cube Jr.
I mean, who saw that coming?
I was really curious what part he was going to play.
Right.
He must have a good agent, okay? A really good agent.
And then Sung Kang, the only thing I can remember him in is The Fast and the Furious, one of those numbers.
Yes, he was in Tokyo Drift and a couple other ones.
Yeah.
I have seen Zero Fast, Zero Furious. I do not engage with that property.
Wow.
Marcus.
It's true.
I'm not going to say anything because
what I will tell you about it is they started out stealing VCRs.
What you're saying is it's been around a minute.
Yes.
It's too late to catch up unless you want a nostalgia trip.
So we see Obi-Wan, and he is set to. Oh, they didn't put Jimmy Smits on the picture. That's who else is missing. Jimmy Smits. Anybody else that's not in the picture?
Who was playing Leia?
I don't remember their names, but there is a Luke, there is a Leia, and they are the smallest 10-year-olds I've ever seen.
They really are. Can we talk about that for 2 seconds? I was like, 10? That's not right.
Now I have to look,
she looks
now
5.
I have to look up and see.
5, 6 tops.
Okay.
She's actually 10.
She's
10 now.
She played
she turned 10 in June.
Was it The Quiet Place? Nope. Quiet something.
Vivian Blair is her name.
Vivian Blair. That is
Vivian Lyra Blair.
That is an old person's name?
Oh, come on. She didn't say Eleanor.
I mean,
Gladys.
she's just really Gladys. Oh my god.
Gertrude. There you go.
Oh wow.
And she's got a page-long IMBD. Okay, this is not her first rodeo.
What was
Yeah,
okay?
not.
If you're
Holy
on there,
cow.
what was it? The Quiet Place or something? What is that? What it's called? The movie she was in?
I don't know if
The
she
one
was,
where
she was in Bird Box,
everybody had to be
apparently.
quiet. That's what it
One
was.
of the kids.
That's what I'm thinking of. Bird Box.
Okay. Yes,
Stage
very
19.
similar movie, apparently.
Yes.
She was on Waco, the mini series.
Oh, she's been working for 5 years. She's 10 years old.
I know. Here's Zoe,
Okay.
and she's in post-production on 2 films.
Wow.
But the minute she was on screen here, I was like, we must protect her. Like I was just like, she is so, she could do no wrong.
She ripped that
you
little
watched
boy to
Game of
shreds
Thrones-
that party.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
Watch Game of Thrones. She gave me like Lady Mormont vibes. It was like,
Liana.
yep, this is like a small child amongst grown-ups, and she is holding her own.
We rewound that and watched it 3 times. She just... Read him his life and left him on the side of the road. We're just like,
I was mad that they wanted her to apologize. I was like, she don't need to apologize.
she can apologize for being too fabulous. That's about it.
Right. So we
sorry, got caught up in the wake.
we saw lots of Leia, not so much Luke.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't.
Because we see a lot of Luke everywhere else.
Yeah.
No, not only do you see a lot of Luke everywhere else, it's kind of in the story. He only knows him by name. He's like, oh, we're talking about that guy up on the hill. It's like, yeah.
Crazy old bit.
So,
Yeah.
Julia, what didn't work for you?
Okay. So, first of all, yes, get ready for it. First of all, you already knew how it was going to begin and end, right? It had to begin after episode 5, okay? And you knew Obi-Wan wasn't going to die because you see him in A New Hope, all right? And you knew that Vader wasn't going to die because you see him all the way up until Return of the Jedi. So, I mean, this was sort of artistic masturbation, right? It was just them having fun with the fans, and I don't think it was executed that well. You know, everyone looked like, yes, CGI, up effects, even McGregor is old. Hayden Christensen has been sitting on the sidelines for the past 10 years, and he has not aged well, okay? So going back to the scenes, the fight scenes were epic, okay? I expected that. I love the sound of a lightsaber lighting up, you know? That was great. The fight scenes were great. But I just, the story didn't work for me. Reva, who I was so hurt when I saw all the racist hate she got, but I see why people don't like her, okay? I do not like her. She was like spending a decade trying to get into Vader's circle, but in the meantime, she became a Jedi-hating fool. Like, you see the way she's snapping them people up? Like, and all for the hate of Vader? And it just came out. It was so anticlimactic. They're like talking to each other against the shuttle door, and she reveals all this like he's her like diary or something. Like, what say what how did you know that he was Anakin Skywalker, you know? And then the Inquisitor comes back to life just in time to say that he will keep her in the gutter. And I expected her to die because once Vader gets you with a lightsaber, most of the time you're dead. And that was straight to the stomach. She got up, grabbed the medallion, and then got herself to Tatooine. Like, huh?
Well, I think that him not actually killing her was purposeful.
For the purpose of the story, yes.
No, it's like, you betrayed me. Live with that.
Vader giving mercy to someone, please.
Oh no.
I don't know.
It's not mercy. It's not mercy.
What?
It's
first of
like
all,
the same thing. Okay.
He did it to her once before, 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's like,
just open up that old wound and put it.
Yeah.
Just like,
live with it.
That's true.
Just
live with your failure.
That's gonna hurt every day you wake up. Like, what's this? Oh, that's right. I took a lightsaber in the chest.
I failed at the one thing that I cared about in this life.
Next time you see her, she's gonna have one of those breathing plates that Vader's got.
Stay in that pocket tank.
Frodo and the wound that never heals.
And then she was still evil. After all of that, then she goes after little Luke.
Yeah.
And after he falls and is unconscious, does she only then have an attack of conscience? Like, and Obi-Wan lets her go?
Because
so
that's the smallest 10-year-old.
Yes.
I'm with you in a sense that if her particular goal was to kill Vader for murdering all the younglings, she did a lot to get there.
Yes.
She did a lot of evil herself to get there.
Yes,
and at
and
some
I don't
point-
think it was half-hearted either.
Mm-mm.
She
No.
was mad at the Jedi too. Like, how'd
Mad
you
at
let this
everybody.
happen? You didn't protect me from your own people?
Yeah.
You couldn't protect
I
my
mean-
friends? They were small.
And it's interesting, the first shot of this whole series, we go back to that night of where
Mhm.
all these young, like, it has always just been like, okay, you see it, it's implied, you hear about it, but you don't see it. And they're
Right.
like, oh, you're going to see this. You are going to see this.
I mean, it
That
makes
is
sense
what
to
we
me that
should have
she's
seen in
unfiltered
Boba Fett.
rage every time
I
she's
have
on
to-
camera.
I have to say, the death scene of the younglings, like, that's what we should have seen in Boba Fett. When he went out to the field and they slaughtered all of them, like, I wanted to see that. There's something about the culmination of that could have been moving and meaningful, as it was used in Obi-Wan. Chop
I'm
him
not
up.
sure I need to see that.
Mm.
I don't need to see that.
I think, and the really bad part about all that is that episode came out right after the school shooting, so they had to like put, disclaimers
Right.
and stuff like that.
But
Right.
it's
Yeah, you got to see
always
some-
just after the school
Yeah.
shooting.
Well, I mean,
This is America.
This is America.
Don't write the scene if you don't want to put a disclaimer on it,
Yeah.
That's
because
true.
it's coming.
So, what about the collection of the people in the I don't remember the name of Vader's space. Vader's hangout. Was it in Vader's hangout that Obi-Wan is walking through and he sees all the fallen Jedi
You're
and
talking about the people frozen in amber.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Jurassic
Okay.
Park moment. Yes. That is never explained, but you see younglings and you infer what happened, but never explains why Vader has that in his little hut.
I don't
I
think
don't know.
Vader
It
does.
needs to just.
I don't think it has anything to do with Vader specifically, because they're separate places. That's not Vader's hideout. That's the Inquisitor's hideout.
oh, that's the Inquisitor. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought that was Vader's.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I just thought it was a trophy case.
I
Like-
think
I'm the baddest. Come through here. Let's have some cocktails. I took that guy out. You remember him?
I was expecting to see like Master Windu. Like I was expecting to
He's
see
not
him.
dead.
he's not dead. He's ready.
I mean,
He's been
Sam
training
Jackson
that,
already said he's on board.
training that one left arm
Which-
up.
Mhm.
But
I
I
mean,
think-
why not?
I think those
Why
people
didn't
are in
we see him in
amber
the path?
because
like-
they are drawing blood and midichlorians for getting Palpatine back. Yes. No.
Oh,
Somehow
Because-
Palpatine survived.
Because if you think about it, I mean, you could have carbon froze them. I'm gonna
Mm.
lose all my terms now,
Mhm.
but they did something different. I don't know.
I don't know. Once he was
Hmm.
thrown down that tunnel, I think his little mealy self is dead.
Who's that?
I'm still mad at episode 9. It's just not a good
Well-
one.
Senator Palpatine.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, it's beyond spoiler alerts at this point. But I mean, yeah, if they clone him and bring him back though, so
Oh. Okay.
spoiler alert.
Yeah, dude.
If-
It's been a minute,
You
though.
may have blocked out episode 9, and that's okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Because I watched it once and wish I could go back to before at that time.
What was up with Luke disappearing? I don't understand it. I don't understand.
When you're a
I
good
don't-
Jedi and you've done your job properly, you just get to vanish. If you're
Right.
Qui-Gon, you get to burn on a heap of coal and they just worry about you. I'm just saying.
And zombies.
And everyone else, Obi-Wan burned.
Yoda
too.
disappears. Obi-Wan disappeared. Vader
Obi-Wan
put a
lets
lightsaber
himself
right through him.
kill. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Obi-Wan
So,
disappears,
At
Yoda
the
disappears,
bonfire.
Luke disappears.
how
That
do
is
we
it.
feel
All show up
about?
at the bonfire.
Mm.
Well, yeah,
Well, he gets to come to the bonfire. He just gets to be a
that's
Force
changed
ghost.
to canon now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, how was Obi-Wan in this series? What did you think?
Of Ewan McGregor's performance? Or is the
Yes.
character?
The character, because Ewan is going to be,
He's so
Oh.
good.
He's good. He's good.
He's so
He's
good
really
at
good.
this. But Obi-Wan really he made Obi-Wan a strong character, right? Like the original, like through A New Hope and Jedi, Return of the Jedi, like Obi-Wan wasn't all that special, right? He let Vader kill him. He'll never forgive you. You know, that sort of thing. But he wasn't like sword, like lightsaber wielding, like cool Jedi.
A lot of
Like,
them were back then, though.
well, Yoda was cool. Like, I always loved Yoda.
But Yoda didn't flash a lightsaber till the newer movies. To the
Yeah.
prequels.
Yeah, it's Attack
Yeah,
of the Clones.
but he was still cool. Like,
Yeah.
when I was young, like, Yoda was cool. Like,
Yeah.
I liked him. I
always
really
liked
loved
him,
Yoda.
but when we first meet Yoda, he is.
He's a bit of an ass.
Yeah,
He's kind of a jerk.
he's a jerk.
Yeah, but it's funny. There's comedy in there.
It is funny.
I liked him. But Obi-Wan, like, I didn't see anything redeeming. And it goes back to that. Like, when you first see Ewan McGregor, like,
He's a
laid
soldier
out,
and they
like-
lost. He's
yes,
done.
he lost. And he has let go of the Force and everything else.
Everything.
Like, this whole, like, stealing meat at the end of the day for his little troggle.
He is a
And
beaten
then
man.
going home to a cave, like, you know, that's like a barren existence, and he's
That's-
just sustaining himself.
That's the
And-
standard beaten Jedi formula. Yoda did it. Obi-Wan did it.
But he's
Yeah, he
not
came-
just beaten. He
Yeah.
also is traumatized by the loss of his brother,
I
Anakin.
think-
They
They
you
really
mean
had to show
his
that he
Padawan
was.
who he nearly killed?
I mean, he did burn him up pretty
He
good.
told him he had the high ground. He told him,
He
"I have the high
told
ground."
Don't try it. I have the
For
high.
your
you have
final lesson, it's very costly. It's 2 arms and a leg.
You have to see, through the 6
2 legs and an
episodes,
arm.
the Obi-Wan coming back to the Force, right? So they have to show him as like just a defeated person who doesn't even wield, a lightsaber. He's working a menial job, and then he's starting to fight and he's losing, and he comes back and gets closer and closer to the Force. Like that's the journey for these 6 episodes. They have to start him off just being inept.
But did he have to turn away the other Jedi? I thought
Oh,
that was
That was
like,
pretty brutal.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
he was.
I mean,
Yeah.
He's like,
he
Like,
was one
if
of
you
he was
wanna
supposed to be
live-
one of the greatest Jedi's.
if you
but
want
he's
to live,
also
you will
not
sit down
willing
and
to
shut up.
sacrifice Luke
Yeah.
because he's got to stay alive in order to protect Luke.
And I don't like Owen. Why doesn't he just like he likes Obi-Wan? Like, what is this?
I think we need to start with
Obi-Wan.
who
Let's
do you like,
start
because
with-
you got a list.
Do you like Aunt Beru? Do you like Beru?
I just,
Beru was a real one when Reva came though.
Yeah.
Whoa, yes.
Beru was
he
like,
was.
we fighting, let's go.
I didn't buy these guns for nothing. Let's get some
Okay, so since we mentioned her, Moses, and I can't think of her last name now.
Ingram.
Ingram,
Ingram.
isn't it?
So, how do you feel about her performance? We'll start with the performance.
I thought it was up and down. but I was rooting for her as an actress in this space, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes she was a little flat. Other times she was like, okay, she is like really, really about this revenge life, and she's just hurting. So I could feel that in certain scenes.
I, on the other hand, was captivated by every scene she was in. I enjoyed what she was doing. She's she was pretty much bringing back the same energy that you were getting from the villain in this. Not even villain. The what's his name?
The
Oh, God.
Inquisitor.
No. Episode 7, the Angry Boy. Angry Boy.
Oh, Kylo.
Yeah.
Ren?
Oh, Kylo
Yeah,
Ren.
yeah. I'm getting Kylo Ren energy from her all the time. Just, I'm so angry I can't even contain it, and everybody's gonna pay the price. But she was also methodical with it. Like, I got plans. You're
Yeah.
not party to them unless you're the victim. You're gonna find out about them when they happen.
But Kylo was just like immaturely, angry. He was like an angry teenager. She was she was together. She was at least that much.
She was kind of both ways about it.
She didn't
She was
like
doing fine till
little
something gets in her
tantrums.
way.
Mm.
Anybody messing with her plans is subject to die.
Yeah. But Kylo is like literally just running around throwing tantrums, slicing stuff up with his crossblade saber there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was great. I loved her. I think I first took notice of her in the Queen's Gambit. She was great as the bestie, the best friend, sort of like the voice of reason. But I thought she came through shining in this. I believed her hatred. I believed her anger, and I thought that she did a good job. I just didn't like some of her plot twists. But I love her, and I'm very sad that she got a lot of racist hate from Star Wars fans. She went through something, and our very own Mr. Captain Pike stuck up for her.
Yeah, he did. Anson?
And came out before some of the Star Wars people did. So I appreciate that. The Trekkies came through. But I thought she did a good job.
Okay. I agree with you. I agree, especially about the, dealing with the racism and stuff. But if you were to go back to that graphic you had with all the different people in it, this was a very diverse cast. And the fact that she was the one that was getting all the hate is a little odd to me.
Right.
Well, but
She had a lot of screen time.
She did have a lot of screen time.
She was really after Obi-Wan. And I text Jake while I was watching it. I'm like, I see why some people get a little angry at her. Like,
really, that's not why they're angry.
You think they can't separate their...
Part of it was racism. But, I was like, I don't like that so much.
I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. A lot of this is racism.
See, I have helped you. Jade, that should be for the next t-shirt order for the house. Put it
A lot
on
of this is racism. The only thing that grated my nerves a little bit was when she was yelling. Because I felt like she couldn't project. Well, she's not a loud person. I don't think. And so it was just a little strained. But that was it. Everything else was great.
I will say this. If you want to look good in Star Wars, be a villain, because the wardrobe you get on that side is so much more fun.
I mean, you can't go wrong with black leather.
and to her credit, I mean, she stuck up for herself and did not put on a wig and wanted to have her natural hair in braids.
Was that her choice?
That was her choice. They
great.
wanted her to be in a wig, and she said, but if there are little girls that are going to want to be me for Halloween or whatever and dress up, if they look like me and they already have my hair, why would they have to? Why would I put them through having to get a wig?
Yeah, that's great.
So
I love
they
that.
should be able to have their hair. So yeah, that was her.
Where are you gonna get that costume? That's the real question.
Nicola,
Word.
listen to her, okay? My Star Trek Discovery fans, like, her hair has been messed up for like 5 seasons. Like, I just don't get it. And now she has this box braid wig. Oh, those edges. Ooh, you get a seamless wig.
Are you telling me you'd rather have
Stay
the
on
season
Star
1 look?
Wars.
The season
No,
1 look was
Star
rough.
Nicole's
Wars.
hair is gorgeous. She's a natural, and her hair is gorgeous, and she should keep it out.
But this also, I mean, just goes to, you know, what a lot of black actresses end up saying. Like, there's nobody on set that knows how to do my hair.
Right. Right. Which is a whole little bit of racism.
And that was coming from a bald black guy, so.
Who
bit of
snaps up?
Oh, okay. Tony, hey Tony Bagels in the comment section. Sith Lord's got brain technician.
I haven't been checking the chat. You know I love you, Tony.
Tony is talking. Tony is talking.
You walk into the beauty shop with a lightsaber, you get served first. It's suddenly complimentary. I don't know what happened. The best person's already available for you. All their appointments got pushed back. I don't know what happened.
And Julia, you mentioned that the Grand Inquisitor was stabbed with the lightsaber. He has 2 stomachs.
Is that how they played that off?
That's how he survived.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever his race is, they have 2 stomachs.
I mean,
And
it's
he
also
shows
a
that
cauterizing
coming
weapon. If you don't just...
They had to find a way to bring him back anyway.
Yeah, he wasn't going to go anywhere. Okay, so we talked about Moses, Obi-Wan, Darth Vader.
Oh, I love it.
I must say that this is probably the first time that when he appeared on screen, even though he's in the costume, for the first time I felt like that's Anakin.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What made you think that?
I don't know. It was just I felt like that's Hayden Christensen. Like I know that's him. That's Annie. And that was the first time I ever really felt that way in seeing him. Because usually it's just because we grew up with Darth. Like we knew Darth first. And then we get this backstory. But this is the first time that I actually saw him. It's like, that's poor little Anakin. I mean, still scary.
Yes, thank you, psychopath. So the end of Rogue One and the scene where he's walking down the street looking for Anakin or looking for Obi-Wan. In this, like that's just Darth Vader at his worst. He's just snapping up folks and killing them regardless. He does not care. Dragging his lady in the dirt. Like
my god,
that was so good. That was so good.
Like you were like, okay, there's no possibility that he is anything but Darth Vader right now.
But Anakin is Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
But I have to say, the fight scenes were really good. Like, I was glued to the TV when Vader came down that alleyway and was hunting for Obi-Wan. I'm like, I know this fool's gonna go out there. Just how? Like, and he's got his makeshift lightsaber that he buried in the desert. I guess everybody buries their shit in the desert in the Star Wars universe, but okay.
Just doesn't clog anything up.
Nope, and just remember where it is.
That's why we have to go back to Tatooine, because that's where all the lightsabers are buried.
Yes, but those fight scenes were epic. Like, I mean, Vader nearly killed Obi-Wan, but you know he can't.
He's gotta play with his food.
Yeah, he was torturing him.
Yes.
He wanted him to suffer. That's his MO.
Obi-Wan came back strong, and it's not so believable to me that Obi-Wan regained his statue with the Force and was able to best Vader. It's been 10 years. He has been honing the dark side craft, and Obi-Wan has been sitting on an assembly line. Like, I don't know if Obi-Wan was like, that crack in the helmet. I was like, whoa, man, like Obi-Wan must have pulled it out from somewhere. But
they needed to do that though, because he's got that scar in his head when they take the helmet off in Episode 6, but you'd never seen where he got it.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Obi-Wan messed him up at the end of 3, but he didn't do everything that you see when that helmet comes off.
Yeah.
Now, some of that...
I keep going back to Rebels for some reason, but if you haven't seen it, I mean, there's a scene where it's very, very similar to that, where Ahsoka and Vader face off, and they kind of mirror those two situations. Those are the two most important people, besides Padme, to Anakin. Spoiler alert.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. Production for that's gonna be good.
I can't wait.
Did little Leia, did she bridge a gap for you with help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope?
Yes and no. It seems a little detached when you go back to look at the original movie and she's talking to R2-D2. Like, if they have had all this time together and he rescued her, you would have thought that would have been a little bit more familiar.
Well, but I will tell you, in that final scene, though, she is happier to see the droid than Obi-Wan. Like,
I don't know about that.
She don't even hug Obi-Wan. Like,
yeah,
no,
I mean,
they don't embrace.
I mean, it does make
see you again?
Episode 4 a little weird when Obi-Wan dies, and Luke is more busted up about it than Leia is. She's like, oh yeah, the old man died. Whatever. Let's go! We got plans.
They didn't have any screen time together at all, except for that one little bit.
Not really.
Yeah.
I had to watch A New Hope after Episode 6.
Really?
Like, of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I had to go on one. I should have watched Rogue One, but I'm not that interested in Rogue One. Like, I know, I'm not.
Are you sure that you are a Star Wars fan? Because you've given some opinions today that make me wonder about your credentials.
Well,
watched it and don't like it, or you've never watched it and don't care to watch it?
I fell asleep on it in the theater.
Force be with you, child. Force be with you.
I fell asleep on Rogue One.
God.
That's okay. That's all right. I would say go back and try it again.
First of all,
really good.
Mads Mikkelsen is in it. And I'm just going to start there. I'm just going to stop there.
It went slow.
I'm sorry, people.
And then rushed. Yes, you're right. Tony Bagels.
I had to watch A New Hope. You know, the original, non-digitally remastered 3.
Well, you got yourself a laser disc?
I still have the original DVDs.
Oh.
Not the digitally remastered ones either. I keep those next to my Star Trek.
You should put those in a safe.
DVDs. Yeah. But that was my reference point. Like, when I was young, like, I would always tell people, you have delusions of grandeur. You know? Everyone was like, where'd you get that from? Well, you dummy, you're not into Star Wars, okay? But I loved it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Return of the Jedi, and, you know, I'm not a fan of Jar Jar Binks. I'm not a fan of the first 3
one
episodes.
should be a fan of Jar Jar Binks.
Like, I don't know. There are some things that I love and am nostalgic about, and A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi will always be canon, will always be my favorites.
I agree. I think there are some things in the prequels that are worth the price of admission, like Mace Windu, etc.
Yes, yes.
Like you have to have that's such a good part. And then the whole part about the Clone Wars and um, Boba Fett's father, whose name I cannot remember, or Jango Fett. Like
Jango.
all of that was important. The Jar Jar Binks, I don't understand why they do stuff like that when they have these movies. They're trying to appeal to kids and all that stuff to sell toys, but
Right.
you
That was it.
I
That's
hate-
also why we
I hate
have
Jar Jar
Ewoks.
Binks. Yep.
Tony
But they
were
is
cute.
on my side.
I love the cute little Ewoks, and they got a spinoff too.
Mm,
Oh, they were so cute.
They had a cartoon and everything.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Saturday morning cartoon.
Lord.
I've watched
Unnecessary.
that along with the Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Was there anything that you saw that you didn't know that you needed to see?
I didn't know I needed to see.
ooh.
And you're happy that it was there.
I am happy that I saw Obi-Wan smash up Vader's helmet and that scar, and then he had a little smirk afterwards. I was like, okay. And then they intermixed James Earl Jones
Mhm.
and Hayden's voice. Like, that was so good. You did not kill Anakin. I killed Anakin. I was like, okay, I love it. I love it. This is vintage Star Wars. This right here.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the spy that they had working inside the Empire, and then having her whole story arc to me was just like, here's somebody that has no Force abilities.
Right.
All she's got is the ability to lie to your face very convincingly.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
and like, you just need these kind of people to pull off the kinds of things that they're doing in this show. And she has no connection to any Jedi. She's just somebody that's trying to make things happen
Indira
to
Varma can do
get to get
no
the
wrong.
world back in order. And Star Wars should be full of those people,
Yes.
and they so rarely highlight them and give them anything. So I really enjoyed having somebody have a story.
I'm gonna go very weird with mine. All right, so in the first episode, when they're hunting that one Jedi, and the Grand Inquisitor is telling the story about why Jedi will always, try to save somebody and all that stuff. It reminded me of The Matrix and Agent Smith's monologue to Morpheus about how humans are a virus. Like, I just got that kind of feeling from it. I don't know why, but it was so like, yeah, this is why you will always fail because blah 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 blah. And I loved
Somebody said that is the part of the Matrix that has aged the best. Just Agent Smith getting on the internet with humanity for like 10 minutes and being like, I'm done. I am done. I want everything to burn.
Tony enjoyed the guy with the wagon. It was good to see folk
Oh.
pro Empire.
He
That was
was
Zach Braff.
a lot.
Yes. The
Was
maroon
that
guy?
Frick? What was his
Yes,
name?
Frick.
Uh,
That's exactly right.
I was
by
not
Zach Braff.
upset to see him go.
No.
And
Obi-Wan's
his
coming
own
out.
his own flag was like, I'm pro Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And you
'Cause
know that you like got the, I am pro a certain ex-president. Like,
Yes.
that's the kind of vibe that I got. Like,
Yes.
that's why you're putting that in there. You got the flag on the back of your truck. You want everyone to know your position. And you narc out at the first opportunity.
Wow.
Make the Empire great again.
Oh, that was
Oh
not
my
subtle.
God.
I don't think they were trying to hide that correlation you made. That was...
I think my moment was blending the voices, blending James Earl Jones and
That was
Hayden
great.
Christensen. That was great. The fight scenes were amazing, but the blending of that just brought the worlds together and gave some closure to those prequels for me.
I mean, you also got to see life on Alderaan. Like, what was it like before they blew it all up? What did Leia lose?
A lot.
What did she know she was risking when she was lying to them people? Like, oh yeah,
that cousin that we don't like.
that
He was
man.
vicious.
Yeah.
But he got eaten alive. I don't.
Anything else that you want to add before we take a score?
Let me see. I'm looking in the chats here, and Tony was like, he fell asleep on it too. Okay.
Rogue
Let
One.
me just tell you, I need to redeem myself because I'm not the only one out there. Like, just saying.
Okay. That was your experience.
I mean, Tony's got enough comments in the
Tony's
chat
about
here.
it.
Do you have a camera? Do you want to join us? No.
Tony is our VIP.
Yeah, he is.
Anybody else? Anything you want to add before we? Go to the score.
We covered. Except for Kamal. Was his name Kamal? Kamal
Nanjiani.
Nanjiani. Interesting choice.
I didn't like his character though.
You didn't like him?
I mean, I like
character.
him, but I didn't like the character.
I don't think you were supposed to like him. Yeah.
I didn't mind his character. I think they're just, throwing him a bone because it's Disney, and Eternals was, like, dude got in shape for that movie, and then he was in, like, 4 scenes and disappears for the climax. You're like, yeah, we're sorry about that. Here, have another thing.
And he wears a cloak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay.
I'm going to give it a 3.
Wow.
I assumed.
Out of 5?
Out of 5. And that is because of Ewan McGregor, who I have loved since Trainspotting, and the fight scenes. Like, I was glad to see Vader again. Vader at full capacity in his full glory. And yeah, but some of the plot twists, I wasn't feeling. I just wasn't feeling.
Tony got a 2?
I don't know.
2?
What on earth?
What?
I'm very confused. I'm very confused.
Marcus, what's your score?
I'm at 4.5. I absolutely enjoyed this. The things that Jules was very unhappy with, I think they knew they had these constraints and filled in very well.
Yeah.
And like 6 episodes is the right amount of time for this story.
You didn't drag on.
Some of the casting was phenomenal. I mean, I don't think they had a weak episode in there. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I'm struggling to find how you got to 3.
Or 2.
I mean, like, and like the light battles that you enjoyed so much. Yes, I mean, you finally felt like, oh, they understand what these weapons can do, and they're fighting to kill you with a sword I barely have to tap you with. It's like they still swing a little heavier than they need to because it's Star Wars and it has to look like Star Wars. But it was much better realized on screen than what I've seen than any lightsaber battle since, say, Episode 1, which I contend is still the best lightsaber battle they've had.
Yes.
And then,
yes,
like the ones after, I think 8's lightsaber battle after they kill Snoke is really good. But
with all of the...
Yes.
With all the guards. Yeah, that one's really good. But
that was a good scene.
This one was up there.
And I think if you're talking about lightsaber battles, I'll give my score. But if you get stabbed with a lightsaber, doesn't it cauterize the wound as opposed to just being like...
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, it's a lightsaber. It cauterizes as it cuts.
but if you get
Burns.
sliced in half, you are not
You get
cauterized.
sliced in half. You are now two
Unless
separate
you're Maul.
people.
Unless you're Maul.
Maul.
No,
Maul
no.
survived.
They just gave him a new lower half made of robot parts.
Yes, a couple different ones. The spider
I
one
just-
and then the regular one.
Still
I'm going to
weird.
go
I'm
with
just saying.
4.25. I really enjoyed it.
4.25.
Yes. I did enjoy it quite a bit, and it filled in a lot of information that was missing from the movies, and which is what we needed it to do. Actually, I'm going to go 4.5. But I would absolutely watch it again and enjoy it again because Vader went the hell off, and Ewan McGregor, you saw his transition from Butcher to Jedi Knight again or Master. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And Indira was in it, and I love her.
I will say,
Tony has
like,
a point.
watching Ewan McGregor go from episode 1, where he was the young kid doing all the slicing, and then you're watching this series, and you're like, I feel old watching this. Oh my god.
Yes.
Like, he's doing stuff. I'm like, my knees hurt watching you. Why are they making him do this? Disney called up and go, would you like some money? And you're like, I can't hang up the phone. Fine. I'll come for my money. Call Hayden. No, I'm not doing this by myself.
Okay, so Tony gave it 2 out of 5. Said that there were some weak episodes, plenty of weak moments, and you had high expectations.
What were you watching?
I guess
The interrogation of
that
Leia, that was great.
It was.
She was like, "Are we having a staring contest?" Like, come on.
Yes.
It was an odd pairing to have.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so my score, I think 4. I think I'm good with a 4.
Okay.
I wanted.
What else did you want?
I wanted Moses' character to project better.
Okay.
Because it grated on my nerves. But I love her, and she gave an amazing performance. It was just the yelling. The yelling got on my nerves a little bit. That was it.
Look,
Ewan McGregor.
she yells like that because nobody fights with her when she's yelling. Like, the last person who fought with her about her yelling ended up in 6 on the floor. Now nobody talks about her yelling.
She also got stabbed as a child. I mean, that has repercussions.
It does.
Yeah.
PTSD.
Yeah. Still dealing with trauma.
He's got something.
All right, serious question. Is Qui-Gon Jinn actually a Jedi Master, or was he faking it?
Oh my god.
Master.
He's
I'm just
absolutely
questioning.
that. But
Are you sure?
Is such a snob. He's like, I can't do a full episode. I can't come back because I don't like TV. You know, I'm like, but you took that check, right? You showed up for Obi-Wan at the end, okay? And they set it up for another season. So I don't know what they're gonna say.
What do you think is going to happen in a second season? Or what would you like to see in a second season?
Merchandising! Spaceballs in the search for more money. Why? They do not need to do another season of this. It's done. He told, if you do another season of this, you can't go anywhere near Luke and Leia, please. I mean, what else? He shouldn't be doing that.
Well, but he's leaving Tatooine. Does he then run the path? Like, now that he's back in line with the Force?
I think that's the only way you go. Is like, what are other Jedis doing on the path? I think that's the only. Like, I don't know.
Got to be.
It's not Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He's got to be on Tatooine though, at the end of it, because that's where he's got to be for A New Hope to start.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he's got to be old.
He's supposed to be watching over Luke. That's his job.
In another 10 years, he becomes 50 years older.
You know,
Hello there.
if you have
Hello
a stressful job in the desert every day, it's plausible.
Don't you know the Force
It's
ages
plausible.
you?
The Force, the Sun.
Two of them.
There's two of them.
He was not moisturizing.
Tony said a fan made a fan edit of Kenobi into a movie. Anybody
Yeah.
seen it?
No, I have not
I saw
seen
that
that.
it was made. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't seen
I only
it.
heard that
basically
happened
cut it.
today.
They cut it into a movie.
Oh.
Cut out some of the pacing issues.
I didn't have pacing issues. I just enjoyed it.
Right. I mean, I appreciate the long form storytelling. I appreciate it because you get to take the time to develop the characters.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It doesn't have to be a movie.
Let's just get to Ahsoka, please. Can we get there already?
Well, we got Ahsoka. There's Andor.
Which I'm not. Oh, I don't really care too much about.
I don't know whatever else is coming out.
I think you have more
Ahsoka.
Bad Batch coming.
Oh, I do like
just
the Bad Batch.
not as excited for Star Wars as I am for Star Trek, so it's fine.
I'm excited for both. I got enough T-shirts for both. That's fine.
Star Trek is on fire right now. The only problem is that, I mean, A Strange New World, like from what I've seen of it, and don't kill me, I haven't watched the whole season, but it was excellent. Excellent. But for every Strange New World, you have Discovery and Picard.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry. Don't. Just
Man.
don't. Just don't. Don't put
She
them
was
in the
like-
same sentence.
He was like, line them up in an alley. Jeez.
I am a diehard Trekkie, like always. But Picard just wasn't a great story.
We're
I'm
not going to
sorry.
talk about Picard. So next
What we could.
Monday, we are going to be talking about the man who fell to Earth.
That's Jade's
If you
show.
have not seen The Man Who Fell to Earth, please go watch it.
I'm gonna go.
How much of it is there?
Is it like 12 episodes?
10 episodes,
Oh man.
but 10 really good episodes. And then the following Monday after that,
Yes.
Strange New World.
There you go.
Hanson Mount, so cute.
I'm very
Jules wants her
excited.
own show for that one.
It's gonna be a good one. Like, you hear me, static will come. Like, we'll see.
It's so good.
I am
So we know what we're doing with the rest of July.
very, very happy with Strange New Worlds.
Mhm.
And The Man Who Fell to Earth.
I don't know anything about it.
Have to watch it.
Yeah,
Have to-
it's good. I am
What kind of
enjoying
show
it.
is it?
Jade is a fanatic for it, and I love it.
Absolutely love The
What
Man Who
is
Fell to
the
Earth.
show about?
So,
Without
Man
being
fell to
spoilery.
Earth.
okay. So it is a sequel to the, I think it's 1976 movie, The Man Who Fell to Earth, starring David Bowie. So it picks up how many ever years later.
So I need to watch a movie first.
No,
No,
you do
you
not
don't
need
need
to watch
to.
the movie.
Not at all.
You not at all.
Do I
Not
They
need to
give
know
you
what
enough
happened in that
detail.
movie?
It's also a book. It's also a book. But basically it is a Chiwetel Ejiofor is an alien that is sent here to procure an energy source to save his planet that will also save Earth, because Earth is on the same trajectory of decline, well, death, as his planet.
Mhm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
Other than
a good synopsis there.
amazing. Chiwetel Ejiofor
You are really good
is
at that
amazing.
because I will butcher it.
I do love Chiwetel.
I love. You know, I
Yes.
liked
Yes.
Chiwetel and everything else. I've always liked him. But in this particular role, he did something that I've never seen him do. And it was amazing. Anybody
Oh, but
watching The Boys?
I
will say
Yes,
though,
really
yes.
digging it.
on The Man Who Fell to
It's-
Earth,
Mm-hmm.
if you guys don't know, the Doctor from Star Trek Voyager, Will Wheaton, Ensign Crusher, are all in The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yes.
You're saying Robert Picardo is in this show,
Yes.
and Will Wheaton's in the show.
Yes.
Will
Yes.
Wheaton
So-
isn't. That's not
I
Will Wheaton.
can't imagine Will Wheaton being in that because he would have said something about it.
He's not in
A
it.
Yeah.
lot.
Yes.
No.
Is he? Now
Yes.
I have to go look.
No.
Fact check. Fact check.
Fact check.
Will Wheaton
Okay.
is not in The Man Who Fell to Earth.
The last time
I'm
we saw
looking
him, he
at
was in
the
Picard.
IMDb right now. Which version? The one that came out in '87?
No, the one we're watching right now.
No, I'm talking about the '87 film.
Will Wheaton
Oh.
is in it?
Yeah.
Was he?
Now I have to really scroll. Hold on.
I don't.
Robert Picardo and Will Wheaton.
Okay.
Correct.
I never
Yeah,
saw that one,
okay.
so I
I
thought you were
I've
talking
never
about the
seen
new
it.
one. I was like, I don't see that at all.
Television. This was a movie for television?
I don't know. I vaguely
It was a
remember it, but not
TV
well enough to
movie?
know anything at all.
Yeah, Annie
Okay,
Potts, like our Ghostbusters friend, you know? Like,
Yeah, okay.
So as we
Okay.
close out, I'm not going to say The Man Who Fell to Earth. The one thing that you would recommend for someone to put on their list that is on your list now, whether that is a book, a comic, a game, a movie, or a television show.
So wait, this is something I've seen already or not?
Something
I've got
you've
plenty of
seen
things
or
on the
you're
list.
or
I
you're
have
or you're
not.
watching now that you're going to suggest to somebody. It's the summer. People have a little more time, maybe. The one thing that you want
Okay.
people to put on their list.
I would say the thing that I enjoyed that I don't think a lot of people have watched, or enough people have watched, Rutherford Falls season 2 came out, and it's just delightful. It is completely nuts. But yeah, definitely Rutherford Falls.
Okay.
Okay. Who's next?
Julie.
I'll go. So, Evil on Paramount Plus is such a great show.
With Luke Cage.
So it's Michael Coulter, it's Luke Cage, as a priest, and a mother, a psychiatrist, as his assistant assessor. So they assess religious acts. So they do exorcisms. They investigate, spotting angels and demons, and it is so good. It's so creepy, but it is so good, and you need to be watching it. Like, I was wondering, where has Luke Cage been? And for 3 seasons, he has been in Evil. Okay, and it's exclusively on Paramount Plus. So good, and he takes off his shirt a lot.
Oh my lord. Okay. Tony, Night Skies on Amazon.
Is that the one where
Okay.
he's got like some sort of weird portal to space in his backyard?
I've never seen it.
Ah,
Tony
I've
will
not
tell
seen
you.
Huh? I gotta check it out.
Look, after
Okay.
you watch The Boys, there's ads for stuff, and then you're like,
Desmond,
no, I don't come in here for any other reason.
I just finished watching The Terminal List with oh Jesus, now I can't remember his name. I'm really bad with names. The guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, Pratt.
Chris
Chris
Pratt.
Pratt. That was pretty good. It was weird enough to keep it interesting and not just run and gun kind of thing. I liked it. I really enjoyed it.
What's that one about?
Seals. A bunch of seals get murdered, and there's a
Navy
conspiracy
SEALs or
about
just
it.
like
Navy SEAls.
Okay.
And one of them survives. just regular seals.
Baby.
Cracks them over the head.
Oh my
And they're
god.
out for blood. But yeah, and he's a survivor, and there's something wrong with his memory, and it's affecting him as he's trying to figure out what happened to his men.
Okay.
I don't want to give. I've already spoiled a lot.
That's a bit much.
And go and watch Rebels, Star Wars Rebels.
Right.
Yeah.
I went very quickly through the Umbrella Academy.
I stopped. I
I
couldn't take it
haven't
anymore.
done that yet. I
No.
was watching Stranger Things first.
I
Yes,
have
Tony,
not
you're right.
started.
Vox Machina.
I'm very sad that we are not doing a Stranger Things review right now. That was epic.
I have
Yes.
not
Two-part,
seen
It was epic. It was epic.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was dope.
It was
It was
real
Give people
good.
an
It
opportunity.
was very dope.
It was. I mean, some of those episodes are incredibly long.
Yes.
Yes.
But so
You could have just made
But you
2
don't
episodes.
notice.
You didn't have to go for an hour and a half.
I'm not quite ready for it yet.
Yeah, I'm with you,
You
Tony.
should.
I gave up on the Umbrella Academy after
Oh, you
season
shouldn't. It gets
No,
way better.
I gave up
So
this
good.
season. I was like,
I've not
no,
yet.
I'm done.
Okay,
Didn't all the
I
characters switch?
haven't seen the season
Didn't they
yet.
switch up the cast? Or did they?
Not.
No, they
Really?
brought in the sparrows, but
Yeah.
no, they don't replace any of the Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
No.
And Elliot Page is Elliot Page.
Yes.
Wait.
Yes. I knew about Elliot. He really talked about the transition. And it was very interesting how he said the show would handle it.
Mhm.
So hopefully that was well done.
I-
but I had
Yeah,
I don't
I,
watch
said,
it. not
I
seen
couldn't
it
get
yet.
into it anymore. Stranger Things was competing with my attention, and I was like, yeah,
Stranger
this is
Things
so,
is
so much
That's
better.
so good.
That's why I didn't
Yeah.
start.
I just plowed through it. It's
I
so
didn't
good.
start.
Yeah.
If you want something light, Loot on Apple TV with Maya Rudolph. It's very light
Okay.
Okay.
and funny. All right. So as we close out this evening, please tell us where we can find you. I'm sorry with Julia. I'm gonna
I'll start.
Yeah.
You can
Go
find
on,
me
Mr.
right here next to me. About the man who fell to earth and all things Star Trek, and sometimes my love of Star Wars, which wasn't fully captured in Kenobi, but I'm sure will come back once Mando returns to the screen.
Don't know.
I think when you
didn't
talk
like.
about Star Wars, you need to be like love.
Right.
No kidding. This show was a gift of fan service. You're like, I hated it.
I hated it. It is
Every time they put Obi-Wan on the screen, I was like, why?
A 2.5.
No, I gave it a 3, and that was an epic fight scene.
I'm just
Okay.
teasing.
I just want to know what you wanted to see. What is in
Right.
your ideal version of Obi-Wan you did not get out of this?
I
What-
wanted to see that he kept the faith, was with the Force, and was helping Jedis the whole time. That he was running the path. That he was saving Jedis and
That's
training
not-
younglings.
That's
That's not
what
his
I want.
story.
Yoda didn't do
That's not
that.
his story.
Luke didn't do that.
like Obi-Wan
It's like-
specifically created a whole message like, do not go anywhere here, hide yourself, don't do, like, he was not a part of the path.
the
That's
beaten
not
Jedi playbook is,
that's
oh,
not
I
his
screwed
That's
up.
what I wanted to see. That's what I
Time to
wanted
go live in a cave forever.
I don't want to see him living in a cave.
Eating
Like,
homemade stew.
mm-mm.
All right, Marcus, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter, which is thankfully not Elon Musk's Twitter. Until they get done with the court case, who knows?
But
I'm at Marcus Ross.
driving Tesla.
I do, and I do not want Elon anywhere near Twitter. He's gonna screw that place entirely up. Don't let him. But all right, you can find me on @MarcusRoss and @WaterburyGames on Twitter. I'm there with all my opinions on electric cars, sci-fi geekery, time travel, and I don't know, refrigerators. You can ask me questions. I'm there.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Desmond.
I'm on Facebook mostly, just because that's where my family is.
Awful.
And as the Deluge without the 22, and also on Discord as Blurred D and D, the ampersand D. So if you want to learn how to play D&D, I will teach you. I want all the POCs playing D&D.
Ditto.
Jade was just in-
Afroscapescurls.com. Oh yeah, I was playing last week. Is that last week?
Yeah, last week.
I was very nervous. I need a new character.
We can make that happen.
Drew. My druid is failed.
Okay, so as a D&D person, what did you think of the D&D scenes in this season of Stranger Things?
I don't know. Was that Marcus? You have feedback?
I'm not sure what that is.
We're about to get off anyway.
Yes.
We'll talk about D&D next time, because that's a really high pitched sound. All right, you all have a wonderful evening. Please, the man fell to earth.
And wear your mask. It's dangerous out there.
Oh my God, variants. It's Loki. All right, have a good night.
Hey, hey, hey.